Hello, lovely people. I'm Sinead, and welcome to another Craftin' Chat. But before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about the cat pattern that I created. So I decided to do a collaboration with the Virtual Doll Convention, and we came to an agreement, and so that pattern will be available through the Virtual Doll Convention's upcoming event. It's called October Doll Discovery Month. And then after the event on, say, I think about November 1st, I think is when the event is over, I will release the pattern and the video on my channel. So if you're going to be part of the event, go over to the Virtual Doll Convention and join in, and you can get the pattern and everything through there at no extra charge. It's part of the event. If you are unable to be part of that event or it's not your thing, then the cat pattern will be out in November. So I just wanted to make sure that we were updated and understanding what was happening there. I'm also doing another video for the convention, but that I'm not going to talk about. You'll have to go over there and be part of it, and you'll see it there. Other projects that have been going on is I found a shirt project. It started its life as a shirt dress that Joy made for themselves, and they weren't wearing it. And so I tried wearing it as a dress for a while, and then decided that, well, it just wasn't working for me. The collar was too big and everything. So I took it all apart because I love the fabric. And I mean, who wouldn't? Especially if you're a drafts person, which I am. So this all got taken completely apart, and I redid the collar smaller, and I have been trying to get it back together. So eventually you'll see me wearing this shirt, hopefully. Hopefully I'm not too easily distracted from getting that finished. And the other project I found was, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a dress, and it has some cool details of bats and whatnot. But it doesn't have any pockets, and that makes it kind of awful as a dress. So I want to put pockets in it, and then I'm probably going to end up wearing it as an apron. But I was thinking that it needs like a purple bat on the front someplace. So plain black down the center front all the way to the hem. Where would you put a purple bat? And let's see, I haven't made any more progress on rerouting Cindy. She got set aside. And I did get a different dollhouse dining room table set. I managed to find a vintage set that is Mark's Cindy related, and it works so much better. I don't know what it is about, an 1/8 of an inch in height on the chairs, and the dolls can't sit in it. So yeah, you'll see that on next Friday's cardboard dollhouse video. And I did manage to get a video for last Friday, so there's that. And I have footage for making a video about making the redware jack-o'-lanterns. So keep an eye out for that. But now we're gonna turn around the camera, and I have another project. I won a 1/44 scale dollhouse, and I'm putting that together, so you can come along as I do that. This dollhouse arrives in a complete kit of pieces that are unfinished, and you paint, or in my case, I am painting the outside and wallpapering the inside. It's a little more challenging than just painting it, I think, maybe. I don't know. I'm still debating on that. I've got the floor. So we've got kind of a black and purple porch there. This is the main platform. Also, I believe I've lost my front door. I can't remember exactly, but I had to have this outside to air out for a little while, and it was in a bag, but breezes and whatnot, and I think I lost a door. So I did my roof black, but I did the inside purple. And I'm not sure what that's going to look like up there in the attic, but that's what I've done. And we're going for really bold. Okay, so there was, let's see, I can show you that because there were extra pieces. She is really good. This is by Vintage Dollhouse Shop. She gives you extra pieces in the kit for anything that you know, there might be an issue with. So these pieces right here are the staircase, and you glue 4 of them together and then glue it to the wall, and it becomes, there we go, your staircase. And I wallpapered the wall first. There is a line on the wall for you to use as a guide for gluing the staircase on, and I wallpapered over that line and then had regrets. So you know, if you get a kit from her, think about that. You know, if you're going to wallpaper it, maybe somehow transfer the lines. And try not to drop things. And then keeping track of which room is which. I actually had the paper for a while, and then I don't know where it went. She has a video I could go back and watch if I need to. So there is a video of this kit going together. It is called the Holly, and it has front pillars. You know, it'd be really handy if I had a picture, but I don't. It has cute little pillars on the front, and this 2-story with the 4 windows on the front with the door, and there is the peak on the side with a fireplace. So there is, and I painted this red, and the brick detail showed through, which was really awesome. So this needs to be glued here, and then you've got a whole fireplace that goes on the inside. And so I'm waiting until I've got my paper to start gluing pieces together. And I'm sitting here wondering if maybe I should have painted in there. I don't know. I don't know how much of that gets covered by the roof, and there's a little bitty brick section. Nope, it doesn't. No, there's not. So I probably should paint the inside of this. And now that I've noticed it, we're going to do it. Oh, excuse me, my nose is running. We don't have brick detail on this side, but at least we can match. Oh, and I am using my Posca pins, which is kind of awesome and kind of awful. They hit a point where they stop working for you for some reason, and then you need to be working on a surface where you have some cardstock or some thicker paper that you can then push the tip in to get the paint flowing again, and it'll invariably leave a puddle of paint, which I used a Q-tip, and like the purple and the black, there's so much of it that I did that it I had a mess going with that, and I would have lost a lot of paint. And in fact, my black may now be empty, and I may need to get more black. So let's see, where am I here? Ah, living room. We're going for wild on the living room. This is, and I was going to paint the ceilings. That'll wait. Where is my living room wall? There's this one and this one. So I made some of these wallpapers, designed them myself, and then I took and scaled them to where I thought they looked, you know, appropriate on the small scale. But I also have some here that I purchased on 1/12 scale, and then scaled down. And I was, you know, I often make wallpapers for all kinds of different projects, just because I go looking for wallpapers and I don't find what I want. Like this one right here is one of mine. This is also one of mine, but when I shrunk it down, the detail got lost, so I'm not going to use it because I don't actually like it. And these two right here are both mine. They're mostly just a variegated color, so they work pretty good. I like the one that I did. Well, if you've been on my website, it's the basically the color in the background, the pattern in the background is anyway. That's, I've done some wallpaper like that. It's a Dover pattern. Oh, it's from like the 1920s and maybe earlier, and it makes for a really cool. Well, it kind of even goes Victorian-esque. I am noticing that when I cut this, I am getting a curved cut. So let's pull out our other miniature tools. It's probably because when I use the scissors, I don't cut straight. Unless I'm paying really close attention. It's not unusual for me to just kind of veer off to the left and then back to the right. You have that problem? So what I've been doing is just cutting two sides off, but because we've got to go up against here, I'm going to have to cut off. I would glue, like I glued this one in where I just cut these two sides off, and then I cut the bottoms off. And you have to make sure that you cut away from the tabs or they won't fit in their slots. And they're actually really, really tight in their slots. So I have been taking a little extra material off. So there's that one. And then I'll glue on that one next to it. It should look pretty close to right, yeah? It's not quite the same spacing on that, but close enough. And I've just been using Fast Grab tacky glue. Get rid of the bumps. Make sure the whole area is got glue on it. Find that paper towel you just dropped. It's raining a lot here. So there's a fire going. I don't know if you can hear the ticking of the stove. I think it's cooling down. I think someone just shut it down. And then after this dries, I turn it over and cut away the excess on around the edges and cut in the doors and windows. And I should probably go see if I can find a scrap of wood and make a door before it becomes impossible to do so. Because once you've got it together, you can't get in there to get a measurement. While I was off making this homely little door, because it really is kind of homely, I decided to go ahead and make more mess with the paints, and I painted the ceilings blue and I painted the attic walls, the end walls blue, just so that I could get that mess out of the way. And you would think that I would have taken like measurements off of these walls and whatnot so that I could have my wallpaper be the right dimensions, because I could have pieced it together in the process of making it up, because I already had the kit, but I didn't. I kind of just was taking the paper, like if it was 1/12 scale, and just scaling it down to approximately to where it looked the right for the print. For example, this has Ferris wheel horses on it. Oops. Ferris wheel horses are on here, and I don't even know if it can be seen. And this paper here has fairies on it. It's details that I know are there. Once you get down that small, they don't actually show up all that well. And I could have made them the length of the wall instead of having to piece, but I'm having to put 2 pieces of paper per wall instead of just one. So I'm trying to get the flooring in place here. And again, it would have been nice if I just made it the right size. And I kept thinking, I guess, of only the first 2 floors. I didn't really think about that I was going to have the same flooring clear across the attic. And yeah, so now I'm having to piece it. It doesn't really show. It's pretty cool. This is a flooring that was 1/12 scale that somebody else developed. And the fairies was somebody else. I think the check floor is me. And the carousel horses is definitely not me. It's not that I can't do it, it's just I haven't put in the time. It's one of those things that I've thought about doing, but just haven't. What with all the other stuff. I'm actually supposed to be writing a little Halloween book, but yeah, it keeps talking to me and saying, hey, yo, I'm over here. The words are written. I got to do the drawings is actually what it is. And I just haven't started. But I got to say, I've done fairly well at getting listings done and other spooky season projects done. It's just the little book is still waiting. So now that I've got that, I have to poke the hole, I think. No, that one doesn't have to be cut through. Glad I realized that before I poked. Still have lots of walls. There's a window that needs to be cut out. And I'm just kind of scoring where the window, sides are, and then trying to cut it from this side. I don't know if that actually works better or not. Doesn't. From the other side, it's really hard to get into the corners. I don't know why, but it is. And it seems to be easier to go from this side and get a good cut. Maybe it's because the paper is supported. That could be it. And there are windows to go in each of these. This bowl here is full of windows. She even threw in this cute little pokey tool for those times when you gotta get it in there and your finger's too big. Here's the columns for the front of the house. There's 4 of those, I think. Yeah, 4 of these. There's extras, that's why I wasn't sure of the number. And I think I'm gonna pause here and go finish gluing all the paper in. I had some other things that I was going to talk to you about, but apparently they have slipped out. Probably had to do with the pattern I've been working on for the Cindy type and Barbie-ish type dolls. Still not finished, but it is something I'm still working on. Some details in this kit that I think are really awesome are the fireplace with the mantle over the top and the chimney going up the outside, and how we've got this piece inside here was separate so that it would have the brick print, and the opening on the wall, you just slid that down and glued it to the chimney on the outside so that you had a fully brick fireplace, which that's a detail I think is really cool. The name of the house, the Holly, has a little sign that I painted green. I think that's really cool. The windows here are two parts. So you have the piece that looks like the sash. Let's see if you can... and then which slides into these open holes, and then there was trim that you put on the outside. So I could have had the window white and the trim another color, so it didn't have to match. I chose to make it black because I thought it looked cool on the purple. And we've got a red door. I am really regretting having lost the window. I mean, the door. The door had, you know, little details on it that are, of course, not on my piece of cardboard, but at least it's got a door now. And this detail of the railing around the top of the staircase, I think is really cool. And of course the staircase. I think the staircase is cool. So now I'm gonna glue it all together and try not to drop it while I'm doing it. That's could get interesting. I did put together as many things as I could beforehand. So like the stuff that goes on the first floor, the stuff that goes on the second floor, and hopefully that won't interfere. So I'm going to start with the front wall here. And I did cut away the tabs just a little bit of their thickness because nothing wanted to go into its slot. I'm using that nifty little tool to remove some excess glue. I don't know if it's actually helping or not. I'm just doing it. There. So the link to the Vintage Dollhouse shop, their website, as well as their YouTube channel, I will put down in the description box. Oh, that's something I should have done to make this work better. There should be glue right there. How am I going to do that? I'm going to have to go get a toothpick. Okay, let's see if I can do this next wall better. Oh, this has to go on the next floor. I can't put on a wall until I've done the floor. This way, I think. Okay. Let's see. Am I struggling with the glue? Yeah. Top of this one, put a little glue there. The end of this, or the front edge, front being relative, right? Goes to the front of the house. Okay, I don't want to set that down. There's too much glue to set it down. Now hopefully I've got glue in all the places that it needs. You've got to go in that, in, oh dear. Did it go in? No. Yeah, you know that thing where I said, oh, it's going to just snap apart, bounce. Yeah, it just did. I also didn't glue the top of the, oh, that's not right. Okay. All right, I got the second floor glued on the first floor, the interior walls, I guess. And now I'm going to take my very sticky wall here. Yeah, that glue just went everywhere, and we're just going to leave it because blotting it up destroys the wallpaper. And I've got glue falling out of the glue bottle, making a mess. That has been my whole mode with this, the paint and the glue just pouring out everywhere. It's almost as if, this project requires you get glue everywhere. So I'm gonna just kind of smear that glue there, and then when it dries, it'll look like it belongs. This is not okay. Okay. I still have to put glue on the bottom of this though. Could have used that glue. Yeah, it's a fight here. I think there's enough sticky from before. Maybe. Okay, go in the holes. There we go. Oh, that was the solution. That was definitely the solution. A little bit of cleanup so that it shows less later. Oh, and now everything wants to go cockeyed. No! It's one of those things that it needs to set up a little bit, but you don't want it to set up too much because you've got to kind of splay it a little bit to get the next wall in. Oh, nope, I gotta put this one on. Okay. Yeah, as I sit here and go, oh, where does the glue go? It has gotten late in the day and dark in here, so I hope you can still see. Okay, we got the one in the right hole. That one's in that hole. Yay! That worked without too much fight. Okay. Now the end over here, that is this one. So, ooh, our paper's gonna show. Gonna have to go back with purple paint to cover our paper. Purple paint paper, hee hee. Glue on the bottom and glue down the side. Glue on each of these. Hopefully that's enough glue. Start at the bottom. We didn't go in. Now we're in. Oh no, don't you dare. Oh, we're not popping together. Well, here's where I got questions. Was that supposed to be inside the front wall? Oh, I bet it was. Well, it can't be down there at the bottom unless we warped. That's always a possibility. Oh, we might have warped. Okay. It was supposed to be inside. Are we together? Good lot of this would have been easier if I just painted instead of papering. But I do like me some wallpaper texture. All right. So this time we're going to get the glue where the glue needs to go. Maybe. It is the attack of the glue lid that wouldn't come off my fingers. On the ends of the floors. Not there. And going inside this corner. Well, come on, go in to the tabbies. I feel like I'm talking to a pair of shoes or something. Yeah. Ah. Oh, no. It's actually that tab. Don't squeeze so hard. Yep. All right. How many of you hear Fezzik saying, I didn't mean to jog him so hard? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm sorry, amigo. Go in. Okay, we're in. Sort of. Both edges are supported. And I want like 50 million rubber bands in all the different directions. I feel like something is resisting here. Not bad. Not looking too bad in there. All the times it flicked, I didn't tear it up too bad. One of the things that I think would be kind of cool is to do the furniture for this. But I don't know. I kind of want to just set this up and let it dry for a minute. Because of the fact that it keeps trying to pop apart down here. Huh. Oh, I bet it's the tension of a warp. It always gets you. So if I rubber band it, and then I'll put the roof on later after this is all set up better, and touch up everything, and then it'll be done. So yeah, check it out if you're interested in the small scale. She's done a whole town, and she has a shop that a storefront that I'd love to. She's willing to customize it, and I'd love to get that. But I hope you have a delightful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you on Friday. Bye-bye. Here we are, all finished. And I'm going to say that I believe some of the tabs are in the wrong spot. So I could not get the roof to line up with the tabs on the end here, and I just cut them off and glued the roof in place. The tabs aren't necessary, but you'll see how crooked this wall is. It's going into the tab on the bottom, and it's going into the tab on the next floor, and everything else looks pretty straight. So I'm gonna guess we've got a tab that is off a little. And if I were to do the same model again, I would just cut off the bottom tab and move that over so that it was square, which is a challenge. I mean, you saw me fumbling with it. I'm not sure I'd be successful, but the blue and purple together in the attic, I love it. That turned out kind of fun. And yeah, I would still use these kits. I would buy more of them if I had the funds to do so. And I am hoping to eventually have the funds to do so. They're cute little designs, and wasn't too horribly challenging to put together. It was fun. So I hope you enjoyed watching me fumble with it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.